should be screen recording. So don't give away any deep, dark family secrets unless it involves socks. All right. Well, let me look. Jesse, I know you looked at the pattern a little bit. Where do we want to? Let's see. You want to just try to get through the cuff and then meet back next week and see how everybody's doing? Because I feel like if everybody's moving pretty fast, we can probably move quicker. But if people are not having the time to do it, we could move slower.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea because then we can work through it, section by section.
Yeah.
And the people who are going a little faster can always, if they've got extra needles, they can always, do the cuff on the second one. And
that's true.
Because I have enough DPNs and I've got my the stuff to do magic loop. So if I feel the need to, I could be working on 2 socks at once if I want.
I think we'll all shoot for the cuff to be done, but I mean the cuff is only 1.5 inches, so maybe we'll do like a midweek check-in and like in the Facebook group, and if everybody is sitting there burning their waiting on it to twiddling their thumbs, we'll move on. But the heel flap, I have knitted socks a couple times, but not this pattern, and I'm definitely not a pro, but I do remember, let's see, heel flap, that's a little bit tricky, so that's why I felt about halfway through the week, I'll try to remember to look up a video, or if anybody has a good video on doing a heel flap, or maybe just record one of us that knows what we're doing the heel flap, and we'll kind of see where everybody's at, because I know like Heidi, and we do have some like real first time sock knitters, and I'm almost a first time sock knitter, so I just now untangling.
I have knit past the heel and gusset before, and that's as far as I've ever gotten.
I knit my husband, who has big feet, a pair of socks that he of course has never worn. But I did successfully make 2 socks that were his, and then I started this. It was the same pattern. I actually think I got free out of a book, and it was okay. It was an okay pattern, but I started a pair for myself, like when we were flying on an airplane or something, and just never finished it. So I was excited about this pattern because it looked pretty simple and it's shorter. So I'm hoping we can get it busted out. What about the rest of you? Is this first time socks, or y'all sock pros?
I've knit two pairs before, but I'm always intimidated by the heel flap and gusset.
I'm trying to remember how the heel flap works. I know it's something where you kind of like make the heel flap and it's like kind of reinforced, and then you pick up the stitches on the side and kind of do the gusset. Is that how that goes? I think that's how that goes.
Yeah, you knit back and forth for your heel flap, and then you pick up the stitches and make the tube again.
Okay. Well, I'm hoping that this will be like the pattern that if I can ever like really get the hang of it, because I have like real romantic ideals of knitting socks, because I like that it doesn't take that much yarn. I like that it's little, and I could like pop it in my purse and just whip it out and be like working on socks. So like I want to have like a go-to sock pattern. So I'm hoping that this will be it. And maybe if I like it, I can always make like it seems like it'd be pretty easy to make the like the ankle part longer. Like if you ended up really liking it.
Could we just
like you could
like how it rolls? I don't love that.
You could probably just do like a ribbed edge, like knit one, purl one or something, and do like a ribbed edge.
Do ribbing.
Yeah.
And even make it look
Yeah, that's one of the nice things about this one is it would be really, really easy to modify and actually put a cuff on there and add length if you want to.
Yeah, well, that's cool. If anybody does anything different, please keep us posted so we can all see what kind of modification you did. And what we have a rundown of magic loop versus double points. What's everybody doing?
I'm doing magic loop.
Magic loop. What exactly? Magic loop's where you cast them on and then get like an extra little curly cue over on the side.
you you cast on and then pull the cord through the middle.
Okay.
So then you've got stitching on both needles. The video you posted was really good. And she even had a trick on there that I hadn't seen before with the swapping the stitches so you don't get the ladder at the beginning.
Okay.
And that worked really nice.
I'll have to revisit doing that, because don't you have to do magic loop if you're doing that magical knit 2 socks at one time thing? Isn't that how that works? Has anybody ever
I
done
do
that?
1 at a time. I'm not a 2 at a time knitter.
I've never done it either. I'm doing the old double points over here.
I'm gonna say the way that they cast on for a magic loop often, I really like that they add an extra stitch on one needle, and then you put that on your other needle, and then the last needle or the last stitch on. Yeah, and then you use that to tighten it up.
Yeah, that worked really nice.
So it's like an extra stitch?
Even when I'm not using magic loop, I use that way of joining in the round. It's my favorite.
Okay, say that again. So you put like an extra stitch on there and then connect it?
You swap them, yeah.
Some people were like, okay, you've got your 2 needles.
Yeah. And this one went over here, and then this one went over here. And you can't see it real well. But your join is really nice on that side.
Oh, okay.
The way that I've been doing it, I don't remember what video I saw. I don't have here. On your very first needle that you cast on, you don't count that first cast on stitch. So you do I don't use a knot, a slip knot, but you put your first stitch on there and you don't count it. So you end up like on this, I would have had 17 stitches on this one, and then just 16 on the very last one. And I take that very beginning stitch, put it on the other needle, and then that first stitch over here, I take it off and drop it completely and tighten it. And I've really enjoyed that way of connecting in the round.
Well, I'm really excited about your new shawl pattern. Jessie, the puff sleeves one. I can't wait to see that one. I know we've got you knitting like 5 different things at once here.
And okay, I was an idiot. I don't know why I did this, but I'm really excited about it. I also took on a test knit.
For who?
But it's I don't remember her name, but it's Knit Curious on Instagram, and the shawl is called Wild Heart or Wildland. See, I think I've got it over here somewhere in my. It's beautiful.
Oh, that is pretty. Sorry, I'm over here trying to figure out how. Oh, that is. I love shawls, so that's why I was excited you were doing one. Oh, hold up. What am I doing here?
I've been working on swatches with this yarn, and I think the one that I've got, the needles I've got it on right now, I want to go up a size or 2 because it's a shawl. It needs drape, and I don't think it's going to have quite enough drape with the needles I've got it on right now. It's soft and nice, but I don't know if it's got enough drape. I have another shawl that I'm designing that I cast on a while back that I am so excited about, and I'm not sharing a bunch of pictures about it yet. I figured out how to do something that I hadn't seen in another pattern yet, and I don't want anybody to catch on until I've released the pattern.
Let's see, that's hard. Let's see, I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing here. Trying to figure out how to make everybody's picture big. Nope.
Got somebody's face. Ooh, that's a little better.
Yeah, I will clearly have to read up on how to make all the people work on here before we do this next grid view. There we go. Boom, grid view. Okay, so am I the only double point on here then? Everybody else doing magic loop?
I'm doing
I'm doing double points.
I'm going to try the magic loop.
but shorty. So it's not magic loop.
The 9-inch.
It's 9-inch total. They're 2.5-inch needles and then a 5-inch cable.
I'm doing
I
double
tried
points
those, and I don't know what it was about it, but I absolutely hated the shorties.
You did? I really like
Yeah.
them.
What are shorties?
I don't know why. I don't know if I just needed to, work with them a little more. But that one time I tried them, I was just like, nope, I gave up like real quick.
Okay. I really like them.
What are shorties? Like
They
little
look
short
like they
needles?
would be like the best thing to use for socks, and I don't know why I didn't like them.
I am downstairs washing my dishes, so I can't show you right now, but when I get upstairs, I'll show it to you.
Okay. I'm doing double points because that's what I'm used to using for hats. I used to knit hats pretty often, so that's just kind of what I'm comfortable with in the round. But I may have to look into the magic loop for the next one. I always feel like double points are easier if you're new to double points. Like, it's a pain when you first cast on and get going, and then like once you get past, the first like quarter inch or inch, they start cooperating a little bit better. Even though at least I feel like knitting's easier to join in the round. I am a very novice crocheter, and I one time took a crochet project to like our church's women's Bible study group because I always take something I'm working on, and I was trying to join something in the round in crochet, and I was about to lose it. I was sitting there like muttering. I could not. So if anybody has like because with knitting, you just kind of cast it on, and then you move like one stitch from here to there, and one from there to here, and then you kind of make sure that it's flat, and it seems like it's a little bit more forgiving. I think I ended up just pulling it out. Like, I just admitted defeat. I could not join. I think I could maybe join a few like something short in the round on crochet, but this was for like a KAL or something, and oh man. So if anybody has any like how to join crochet in the round without losing your mind and cussing at everybody tips, like, please send that my way. I need to get Fiona to...
I crocheted a few hats, and I could never get hats to work right. I don't know why. Now I've knit one hat, and it came out great, but my several crochet hats, none of them ever turned out the way they should have.
I feel like if you're crocheting things, and that's why I'm always so impressed with Heidi and then Fiona, who design crochet stuff. At least in my mind, I feel like it's easier to crochet stuff that's kind of flat, but to get it to where it's in the round, or it's more like a hat, or like structural, I feel like that's much more challenging. Whereas with knitting, I feel like it's a little bit easier. So I'm always really impressed with anybody that can design like complicated crochet stuff.
I crocheted off and on for 20 years and never got to the point where I felt like I was a good crocheter. I could do, now granny stitch, I loved. All my shawls that I used to do were pretty much granny stitch. I hated that virus shawl that was so popular for a while. I hated that pattern.
Brittany's here. Hey, Brittany.
Impressive.
I can't hear you too well. Turn yourself up.
You'll say, I cannot hear Brittany.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, man, we lost her. I feel like Brittany's in the middle of a move and all sorts of stuff.
I'm still not hearing you too great, Brittany.
I don't know where my.
She's just gonna have to like wave knitting needles around.
Can you really not? You really can't hear me at all. Hold on.
It's like kind of going up and down now.
Well, I'm excited to be knitting with people. I had a really great knitting group in Washington State when we lived out there that were like totally responsible for me starting spinning and knitting sweaters. Like they were such good friends of mine, and I really missed them. And I haven't had a knitting group in Knoxville. I felt like the knitting group that there is a knitting group here, but they always wanted to meet like at Panera Bread or something, like at weird times or just like weren't a good time. And like my idea of a knitting group is like this time of night at somebody's house. So I just hadn't really found my knitting group here. Guess I need to start one.
We have a knitting group here too that I would love to get together with. They meet at 10 o'clock in the morning.
You have a
They're
knitting
all
what?
retired ladies. So, a knitting group.
Oh, on the computer?
Here in town, but they meet at 10 o'clock.
Ooh,
on a Wednesday.
You're in Powell, Tennessee?
I'm in North Dakota.
You're where?
I'm in North Dakota.
Oh, okay. There's a little community right up the road from me called Powell, and I was like, man, I had no clue. Well, we do have a few people that do randomly live close to me, and I can't ever keep track of who it is, and so then I feel bad. But anyway, for those of you who joined...
We have a...
I was just going to say, for anybody who joined late, we are going to knit through the cuff, and I guess I'll kind of check in with people in the group on Wednesday, and if everybody's done and just kind of twiddling their thumbs, then we'll fish up some good heel flap tutorials and move on from there, but we'll be kind of feeling it out. But the first official assignment for next week is finish your cuff. Because I don't want to keep everybody on here forever, because I know we have little kids that have to get put to bed and that sort of thing. I haven't knit anything with sock yarn in so long. I've only got... I have at least successfully got it going in the round now. I'm doing the pink Antique Roses yarn. What's everybody else? Did anybody have any questions while we're here? And then I'm sure people will be watching this. God willing, this is actually screen recording, and I will get the video shared for people in the group. Somebody has a lot of background noise. I'm not sure. It might be me. Maybe it's me. But yeah, I will share this video for the people sock knitting that are not on. And so if anybody has questions, whether or not you're on here now or are watching it later, please post, and we will do our best to help you out, because we do have people doing both double points and magic loop. So everybody good?
Good.
Right,
Okay, do you guys want to see the sorties?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Sorry. Okay. I don't know how to show you. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to hold my phone in between my knees. Hold on.
I've got mine on
Okay.
the Chrome on my laptop. It wouldn't work for the Safari browser, but it would let me get in this room on the Chrome browser. So that way I'm not having to hold anything for future reference.
So these are my authorities. And then I don't know. Like that's it.
Oh. So it's just like knitting in the round.
Yeah, it's knitting in the round. It's just that this is the needle. They're 2.5-inch needles and then 5-inch cable.
Oh.
So you just have to mark where you're.
So you don't have to do magic loop.
That might be more
And
my
it's not
speed
DP.
then.
And
And
it's
I
not
have
double
stitch,
point.
I have stitch markers at the same place where the double points would be. So I know which one is needle 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Oh, well, I might want to get some of those then. That sounds less intimidating. What was it you didn't like about it, Jesse?
I think I felt like I didn't have, because the way I hold my knitting, which I'm noticing that I'm doing the same thing with the DPN, so I don't know what my problem was. Maybe I just tried it too early in my
Yeah.
my knitting adventures, but I felt like there was nothing for my hands to hold on to. It was just like, you know, I didn't have anything to.
Right. They're small, but I really like them better than doing magic loop because you're just knitting.
Okay, well then I might like that better. So are you an English? Who's English versus continental on here? Because that also probably makes a difference.
Continental.
I think I'm continental.
English is the thrower, right?
Yeah, English
Yeah.
is the thrower,
I'm a
continental
thrower.
is the picker. What about
Yeah,
you?
I'm an English knitter.
English.
Okay,
knitter?
wait. I don't know.
Continental was, well, when I started teaching myself how to knit, that was just what came up when I started looking for videos. But it was extremely easy to go from crocheting for 20 years to continental knitting because I was already.
Yeah, I'm a crochet too, so I think that's probably what I do.
Yeah.
See, I was always the weirdo in my knitting group. Everybody else was English, and I was continental because that's what my roommate in college who taught me how to knit, that's how she taught me. So I didn't even know. So I don't know. They were always looking at me being like, what in the world are you even doing? Let's see. All right. Well, I don't want my computer to start overheating here since I'm screen recording. So I think I'm going to hop off so that I can try to save this recording for the rest of the group. Because it uses a lot of computer energy. It's like starts huffing and puffing at me. But y'all feel free to continue to talk in knits, but I did want to have something for people that weren't able to be on here, and we will try to have your cuff done by next Friday, and I will check in with everybody, or Brittany or Jesse will in the group by Wednesday. So if everybody's twiddling their thumbs, we'll move faster, and if we're not, then we won't be rushed. So I'm gonna get off, but y'all feel free to keep chatting, and thank you for getting on.